Hello. In this lesson, can you learn how to enlarge fingers, for example, a given triangle using a specific given scale factor? So, for example, if you have a question like this, you have a triangle MBC has vertices S11, B31, and C13, then you are told to enlarge this triangle by a given scale factor. Like in our case, for example, let me go to this B, and you say the scale factor is 2, then from the origin, this is how we go about it. We can start with B, then we'll come to here, we plot it, and then we finish with C. Well, these are the original coordinates of the triangle, and then you are told to enlarge that triangle ABC by scale factor 2 from the origin. The first step is to understand the formula. So if you are told to enlarge a finger from the origin using a given scale factor, we can call that scale factor K, and in our case it's 2. Then the formula becomes K into X, Y, and when I open the brackets, it becomes K multiplied by X, which is KX, and then K multiplied by Y, which is KY, like that. And what this technically means is we take the scale factor, then we multiply all the coordinates of X with that scale factor, and also all the coordinates of Y with that same scale factor. So in our case, we already have S11, so this is X, this is Y, this is X, this is Y, this is X, and this is Y. So we multiply all these values with the scale factor 2. So the new coordinates of the new triangle will be, then length 1 will be now 2 multiplied by this 1, which will be 2, and then again 2 multiplied by this 1 again, which will be 2. Then we go to the new B, which will be 2 multiplied by this 3, which will be 6, and then again 2 multiplied by this 1, which will be 2. And then C will be this 1 multiplied by 2, the scale factor, which will be 2, then this Y, which is 3 multiplied by 2, which will be 6. And those becomes the new coordinates of the enlarged triangle. So in this question, we have already answered question B, where we have enlarged triangle MBC by scale factor 2 from the origin, and then we have written the new coordinates of the enlarged triangle. So we have solved actually B and C because the coordinates of A, B, and C, we already have them here. These are the coordinates we are asked. And then we are also told to plot the triangle MBC on the coordinate grid. So we can plot it, and we can also plot the enlarged triangle, and we compare. But first, before we plot, we need to set the center of enlargement, and we are told is from the origin, which means 0, 0, and that means where the Y and the X axis meet at point 0, 0 here. So the center of enlargement is that one. Then from there, we can plot the original triangle because we already have the coordinates even here, and A is 1, 1. So we can come here and plot 1, 1 here. Then that becomes A. Then we can go to B, which is 3, 1, 3 on the x-axis, then 1 on the y-axis. And then we can go to C, which is 1, 3. So 1 here and 3 here on the y-axis. And that becomes the original triangle. But we can also plot the enlarged one, and we see if actually it's bigger than this one, because the logic of enlargement is to make the figure either bigger or smaller based on how the enlargement factor is set. So in this case, because ours is a positive enlargement scale factor, the enlarged one should be bigger than the original one. So we have the coordinates of the enlarged one. We can plot them here, and the first one was 2, 2, So I come back to my grid, I plot 2 and 2 somewhere here. That becomes the new A. Then we go to the next one, which is 6, 2. We plot it somewhere here, 6 on the X and 2 on the Y. And then we go to the last one, which is 2, 6, which is here, 2 and 6 on the Y here. And as you can see, the enlarged triangle is bigger than the original one. So that's how we enlarge a triangle from a given enlargement scale factor from the origin. So can we try another example? Well, sometimes you can be taught to enlarge a given figure or, let's say, a triangle from a given center which is not origin. So, for example, in this one, we are taught to enlarge this triangle PQR, which has vertices 2, 1, 4, 1, and 2, 3, by scale factor 3, but now from the center 1, 1, not 0, 0 anymore. So, how do we go about that? Let's start by writing the center of origin, which is the center of enlargement, which is 1, 1. So I can call it just B like this, and I say it's 1, 1, where A takes on the value of 1, and then B also takes on the value of 1. Then also let me write the enlargement scale factor, which is 3, like this. And then finally, let me write the original coordinates of the triangle we are supposed to enlarge, which is P to 1, P is to 1, then Q is 4, 1, and R is 2, 3. We will plot the triangle and then grid later. So for now, let's calculate the enlarged coordinates, of course, of the new triangle. So this is how we go about it. So to get the coordinates of x, the new x, of course, the enlarged one, we do pick A, which is the value from the center of enlargement, and in our case it was 1, then plus k, where k is the enlargement scale factor, then into x, where this x now are the coordinates of x here, x, x, and x, and then minus A, where again A is the value from the center of enlargement, and then we do the same for Y, where we have B. B, of course, is the value from the center of enlargement. In our case, it's 1 plus K, where K is 3, and then into this should be Y, Y minus B. So Y, of course, are the Y coordinates from this one here. So minus B, where B is the second value from the center of enlargement. So with these two formulas, we can get the new coordinates of the enlarged triangle. So we can start with P. P now enlarged. It will be A. Our A is 1 plus K. So it will be 1 plus K. K is 3 into X, but X is 2, then minus A, which is 1, like this, and it becomes 1 plus 3 by 2 is 6, then 6 minus 3 by 1 is 3. So it becomes 6 minus 3 is 3 plus 1 is 4. And then becomes our value, the first x value for P. Then we go do the same for Y, where we have Y as B, and our B from here is 1. Then 1 plus the scale factor, which is 3, into Y on P is 1. Then 1 minus B, and our B we already know is 1. So it becomes 1 plus 1 minus 1 is 0, multiplied by 3 is 0, so 1 plus 0, which is 1. And those become the new coordinates for P. How about for Q? Can repeat the same process where we have for X is a, and we all know our a is 1 plus k is 3 into x, where in this case x is 4. Now x minus a, and we already know a is 1, so it becomes 1 plus 3 by 4 is 12, then 12 minus 1 is 11. Sorry, here we made no mistake. It's 1 plus 3 by 4 is 12, then minus 3 by 1, which is 3, which now becomes 12 minus 3 is 9, then 9 plus 1 is 10. So the first one here becomes 10. Then we go to the next one for y now, which becomes 1 for b plus k, we already know k is 3 into y, but our y here is 1. Then 1 minus b, which is also 1, which now becomes 1 minus 1 is 0, multiplied by 3 is 0, so 1 plus 0 is just 1. So this one becomes again 1. And then we go to PQR. The last one is R. So as usual, we start with 1 for A plus K, which is 3 into R here is 2, X is 2, then minus B minus A, which is 1, so it becomes 1 plus 3 by 2 is 6, then minus 3 by 1 is 3. It becomes 6 minus 3 is 3 plus 1, which is 4. So this one becomes 4. And then the last one for R is this one for Y, which becomes B is 1 plus K is 3 into Y. And we already know Y here is 3. So it becomes here 3 minus B. But we already know B is 1. So it becomes 1 plus 3 by 3 is 9. Then 3 by 1 is 3. So minus 3. So it becomes 9 minus 3 is 6 plus 1 is 7. So it becomes 7 like this. And those are the new coordinates of the enlarged triangle, enlarged, Q enlarged, and R enlarged. These are the coordinates here, P, Q, and R. And then we also told to draw the enlarged triangle, then print, and also to plot the original one, and then print. But now the enlargement center now is 1, 1. So we can do that. The original triangle is 2, 1. So we can just go direct on our graph here, and we plot it. We start with P, which is 2, 1. Sorry, the center of enlargement, we start with it. What order is 1, 1. So 1 and 1 is somewhere there. And then now we plot the original triangle, which is 2, 1, 2 and 1. Somewhere there. That's I can just call it no problem. Then it's P. Then we have 4, 1. 4 and 1 is somewhere there. And then the last one is 2, 3. Which is somewhere here, 2 and 3, somewhere there. And then we also have the night one, the coordinates. We can also plot it. We have 4, 1. We have 4, 1, 4 and 1, somewhere there. Then just mixed there because of that enlargement. Then we have 10, 1. We have 10 and 1 somewhere there. And then we have 4, 7. The last one is 4 and 7 somewhere there. And as you can see, the enlarged triangle is too big compared to the original one because the scale factor was positive. So that's how we enlarge figures on the coordinate plane. And if you have any question, if there is a place you don't understand, you can ask me on the comment section. So I'll try to answer to my level best. And bye for now. Let us meet in the next lesson.